Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Jstfish Outdoors. I'm your host, Dale York, and Jstfish Outdoors was designed to bring everyone back to freshwater. It's designed and brought to you by Ranger Boats, where we still build legends one at a time. Yamaha Outboards, the reliable choice. Lowrance, world leader in fishing since 1957. Gene Larew Lures, Bobby Garland Lures, and Blue Water LEDs. I'm your host, Dale York, and I designed Jstfish Outdoors to focus on freshwater lakes and streams and provide information, tips, and techniques, along with how-to segments for catching everything from crappie to catfish here in our great state. We will also provide tips on equipment, tackle, boating, and much, much more. So hang around. All of this is designed to help you catch more fish. So grab a comfortable chair, and we're going to get started. We're going to get started very briefly here. We've got a real good show for you tonight. We've got some really good reports. I'm going to introduce you to some a new fishing tackle manufacturer that's really doing some interesting things, and also going to brief you a little bit and give you a sneak peek at some of the new software updates that are coming out for the Lowrance Carbons, Gen 3s, and Elite TIs. Folks, this software update that's coming out is absolutely going to be a game changer. It is absolutely got some awesome new features in it, and the best thing about it is it's just a software update. So without any further ado, let's talk to our good friend Dave Clark and see what he's been up to around the area.
Hello, it's David Clark, Fish on Guide Service, doing my weekly report for Dale York's Jstfish Outdoors webcast. I'm not home this week, but I have kept up with some fishing reports around the area. I'm in South Carolina, on the beach, enjoying it, a little bit of vacation. The fishing reports from Keystone still aren't very good. Some guys went out looking for some hybrid stripers. They didn't do very good, but the stripers below the dam are still real good. I was on Keystone Lake, Skytook Lake. I've seen where some guys are catching some crappie up on Skytook. And also saw somewhere guys are catching some hybrid stripers up shallow using some artificial baits. Lookout Lake, they're still catching some nice crappie, following the bait balls around 15 to 30 foot of water, catching several of those. I didn't make it up there this week at all. And I didn't see a catfish report for Skytook Lake or for Lookout Lake either. Rusty Pritchard's still catching some nice spoonbill up on Grand Lake. And over on Fort Gibson, there's some nice spoonbill being caught over there. Anyway, this is David Clark, Fish on Guide Service. Contact me at 918-724-6786 or look at my Facebook page, fishonok.com. Fish on.
Thanks, Dave, for that report. Boy, I tell you, folks, you know, he's living the life of Riley this week, isn't it? All we're getting is snow and ice, and he's down there looking at the beach. I'm sure several of us would rather be doing that. Hey, up next, while I was at the Montgomery Productions Tackle Hunting and Boat Show, which was held in Grove, Oklahoma last weekend, I actually was introduced by a good friend of mine to a new company. They're called ProBuilt Jigs, and I was introduced to them by Mark McGuire. And you know, these good folks at ProBuilt Jigs are from Eufaula, Oklahoma, and they're producing a very high quality jig with an interesting new design. So let's talk to these good folks and find out what they are introducing to help us crappie fishermen produce more fish. Hi folks, Dale York, Jstfish Outdoors, and I'm down at Grove, Oklahoma at the Montgomery Productions Tackle Hunting and Boat Show that's held here in Grove, and I run into some interesting folks and an old friend, and we want to tell you about some awesome upcoming products that these folks currently have on the market and are currently getting ready to release those products on the market. And you know, the awesome thing about these is they're made right there in Eufaula, Oklahoma. So I'm going to turn to the primary guy here at ProBuilt Jigs and ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about this project.
Oh, my name is Mark here. I am the owner of ProBuilt Manufacturing in Eufaula, Oklahoma. We come out with a jig that we think is definitely going to change the game in crappie fishing. It's called a game changer. We have a double bait keeper on this jig. The eyelet is knocked out of the jig, so you don't have to worry about that. We got a grade hook. It's made right here in the USA. We have a lot of specialty colors, including a glow that we think is pretty hot. We have them in 3 sizes: 1/16, 1/8, and 1/4. And we have a special holographic eye that goes on this jig. We think this is the ultimate crappie jig head.
You know, this jig head is really unlike anything currently on the market, folks. It has some very unique advantages that I think is just going to put this jig on the top of the line.
Yes, sir.
It is high quality. It's built by quality people, and you know, really, it's built right here in Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Yes, sir, it is, and we're very proud of that. We offshore nothing. We're very proud of building this product here in Oklahoma. My good friend, Mr. Mark McGuire of Mark's Crappie Service, helped in development of this jig and was very instrumental in it. And he can give you the specifics on how this jig works, especially with plastics. Now, a lot of you guys, you know, to get this product here, you can get it at Honey Creek here in Grove, and you can get it in Crooked Hook at Fort Gibson and Bait Masters in Wagner, Oklahoma. If Mark would like to show you guys how this jig works, he can give you the specs on this and what is so special about this product that we come up with.
Mark, why don't you enlighten us here, buddy?
Hi guys, I'm Mark. Dale, my buddy here. Have you ever been frustrated getting bit and you jerk, and when you get your jig up there, your bait is down here around the bend of your hook? Well, we've eliminated that. As you can see, I'm going to take this bait and pull on it. I'm going to pull this bait in two because this bait will not come off of the bait keeper. Now I'm going to pull it off and show you. This is what we have: a double bait hook keeper on this bait. As you can see, we have 2 different series. We have the Game Changer Extreme, which is a sickle hook. These are a 1/4 ounce. And we have the Game Changer that has the 570 style hook in it. Have holographic eyes. They're painted. They come in 9, 10 different colors. We also offer a glow. As you can see, the eyes on these also keep you from getting frustrated, because most of the jigs you buy, the eyes are painted, and what you have to do is you have to take another one out, wiggle the paint out of the eye before you can tie it on.
And that's very frustrating to have to do.
It's very
that.
frustrating.
You have to do that on 90% of the heads you buy.
Absolutely. We clean the eyes out for you. This is exactly the way they come in the package. All you have to do is get one and tie it on. Now, I will say that not only do we offer a glow jig, but this is a several series and processes of painting this jig, and they're all have some UV treatment to them. They'll all glow a little, but our glow jig, the phosphorus has really been shot to it, and it glows like a diamond. So be sure to check out the glow jig too.
You know, that glow jig will really work wonders in some of these upcoming spring muddy water type situations.
Absolutely.
Where
Fishing
you really
deep
need
water.
that. Yeah, you really need that little extra visibility for those jigs to really pull the fish in.
Right.
I think those glow jigs. Now, folks, once again, where can people get these jigs, or how can they contact you folks in order to be able to get these jigs?
The best way, if you can't get them at Honey Creek or Crooked Hook or Bait Masters, the best thing to do is contact us either via social media on Facebook and the number is 918-617-9053. And my wife does all the ordering on it. She'll be more than happy to accommodate all your needs, you guys. We're really proud of this product. We think it's a winner. We do have more products coming out. We are going to come out with a brush guard jig. We're coming out with a blade head called a crappie rocket that's really going to be a good one. And then we have some for the riggers called a T-Rex. And that is a 32nd ounce jig with a wire keeper on a 3/0 hook. For those,
wow, 3/0 hook, 32nd head.
That's right.
That's going to be big.
That's going to be big for the guys who are using the 16-foot rods, especially the guys in the tournament world that's fishing Grenada, Sardis, and some of the Mississippi lakes down there. They're really high on it, and we think it's a quality product also.
Yeah, I don't know where else you can get a 32nd head with a 3/0 hook. I've never seen one.
You know, that's the good thing about ProBuilt. If you need something, call and ask us. We can make it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We can make it.
That's awesome. You know, there's such a trend in crappie fishing the last 3 or 4 years. Everybody's throwing bigger baits. Everybody's pushing bigger baits. Everybody's throwing 3-4 inch baits to try to pull these big hens. And you know, you got to have a big hook when you go to these big baits.
Absolutely.
Or you're just wasting your time.
Absolutely.
You'll never put a fish in the boat.
I don't like little hooks. You know that. You
Yeah.
fish with me enough. You know that. Little hooks are not in my boat.
Well, you know, if you take a 1.5 pound crappie and open his mouth, what you find is a very large mouth.
Right.
So they can accommodate a big hook with no problem. And when you go to stick, you know, a 3-inch bait on a crappie hook, 9 times out of 10, what you find is the hook is way too small, and you don't have enough hook to even get into the fish.
Right.
So
Exactly.
being able to put that big hook out there for those bigger crappie is really, really going to make this awesome. Once again, folks, these are ProBuilt jigs, and they're out of Eufaula, Oklahoma. And what's that number one more time if they want to get in touch with you?
That number is 918-617-9053. And we're on Facebook. You can get right on Facebook under ProBuilt Jigs, and we'll get the content information from that Facebook page.
Oh, that's awesome. And folks, let me tell you, you know, these folks have the Jstfish Outdoors stamp of approval. These are quality people building a quality product, and what better way to help these folks out than to get a hold of them and buy some of these jigs. You know, I'm all for supporting quality products, especially those built in Oklahoma. And, you know, I can tell right off the bat looking at these. And, of course, I know Mark McGuire, if he's associated with them, they're quality people. So give them a call, buy some of their products, and I guarantee you, you're going to be glad you did. I can't wait to see that brush guard coming out.
Oh, we're
you know,
excited about it.
I'm going to harangue you for that until it's
yeah.
released.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
hopefully it's going to be released before the season gets here.
Yes, we're working. Matter of fact, this next week we're building the prototypes. We're going to get our molds built, and this is going to happen.
Yeah, not like I'm trying to rush you or anything.
No, that's okay.
But you know, crappie season is right around the corner, and these brush guards will really make a difference.
Yes,
so
it will.
once again, folks, ProBuilt Jigs out of Eufaula, Oklahoma. Give them a call one more time. What's that number?
918-617-9053. Hey guys, we'd love to hear from you.
Give them a call, folks. Like I said, quality products, quality people. This is Dale York, Mark McGuire, and
Mark Cure.
Mark Cure for Jstfish Outdoors saying, we'll catch you later. All right, folks, that's the good folks over at ProBuilt Jigs. I highly recommend that you contact these folks and look into what they're doing with crappie jigs. They're actually producing some very, very, very interesting designs. And they're producing like a 32nd ounce hook with that 3/0 or a 32nd ounce head with a 3/0 hook. Really, nobody's doing that right now, especially for crappie fishermen. And as I alluded to earlier, you know, there's been a growing trend for you know, people to push bigger baits and fish with bigger baits, especially when they're tournament fishing. And in order to cooperate with that and to have enough hook bite and enough bend, you got to have a pretty good size hook when you go to fishing with these 3 or 4 inch baits. So give the folks over at ProBuilt Jigs a call. Look them up on their Facebook page. They're out there, and they're just fine quality people to do business with. And I can't wait to get my hands on some of these new brush guard jigs they're coming out with. It is just going to be awesome to be able to throw that thing in the middle of a brush pile crappie fishing and be able to get the crappie and the bait back. so you don't become a frustrated fisherman again. So anyway, give these folks a call, and I'll keep you updated as to what's going on as far as when this brush guard is going to hit the market. And we'll probably do another segment on that jig whenever it comes out. So anyway, that'll bring us to our next segment, folks. Last week, the Lowrance Pro Staff people got a kind of a very early release and be able to view some software that Lowrance is getting ready to issue in March. And I got to tell you, folks, this software coming out is going to be a game changer. There's so many new additions that they've come up with, but one of the ones that I'm going to talk about and show you a video on, one of the things that is really, really awesome about the new software, it's called Fish Reveal. And what they've done is they've married chirp with downscan, and so you're getting chirp images on your downscan HD, and so you're getting not only the arches on your downscan, but you're also getting high contrasting colors. Well, let's look at this video and we'll talk about it a little bit. That's what you're seeing in downscan with this new software update that's getting ready to be released by Lowrance. It just turns your carbon units, it turns your Gen 3 units, and even your Elite TI units into super mega. It's like putting glasses on these things, folks. That high contrast color between your fish arches and your downscan, is really, really going to help you disseminate, especially when you get into situations where those fish are hugging the bottom, or they're really, really hugging a big ugly tree or a big ugly brush pile. And sometimes it's kind of hard to pick the fish out or to tell how many fish or how they're stacked in heavy brush or when they're real, real close to bottom. But this software update is really going to eliminate all that. It is actually going to be, I think, in my humble opinion, it's going to be the biggest bang software Lowrance has introduced, maybe since the original Structure Scan. It is just an awesome upgrade. And the best thing about it is it's just a software upgrade. It is not a hardware upgrade. And they're telling us this thing's going to be released in March. That's about the information that we have currently for the Pro Staff. Excuse me. And so, folks, check back with us often. I'm sure it's going to be all over social media whenever this stuff gets released, this new software gets released. And, it is really, really going to make a huge difference. They've gave us some additional palettes. They've done some other things. You can pick the fish color and the palette of your downscan independently. It is just going to be an awesome upgrade from the great folks at Lowrance. I also wanted to talk to you a little bit, just briefly. Fellow pro staffer Steve Carroll and I are getting ready to launch classroom instructions on Lowrance equipment. It'll probably start off around the Tulsa area, and we're putting that together right now. It should be rolling out within the next month or so, where you'll be able to actually come in or actually bring your units into these classes, and we'll sit down with you in a classroom environment, and we'll go over how to set them up, the basics of sonar, how to read it, how to tweak it, how to optimize some of your settings, how to generate just awesome images, how to go through the menus, what menus do what, how to generate that. So we're going to have some very instructional classroom environments for you to be able to come in and sit in for 3 or 4 hours, and we'll go through all this with you, and hopefully be able to help a lot of folks out. When we were at the Grove Show and at the Oklahoma City Show this year, that's really one of the major high percentage questions we got asked most of the time is, where can I go to learn how to run my new electronics? Well, we're going to solve that problem for you. We're going to put on a classroom environment that will really, really help you, and hopefully when you walk out of that classroom, you'll be able to put some of this information to use on your new electronics, your Larew units, and really make it a valuable lesson for you. So anyway, once again, I'll be putting that out there on social media again, and anybody that can, that feel free to email me or Facebook message me or whatever, and I'll be happy to keep it up, keep you updated on what's going on. But I'm sure we'll be issuing that all over Facebook and other social media sites whenever that gets up and running as well. So that's 2 things to kind of keep up on this new software update that we're seeing, and also keep an eye out for the new electronics classes that are getting ready to kick off around our area. So anyway, that'll just about do it for tonight's Jstfish Outdoors. Once again, folks, if you have any questions or have thoughts or something that you would like to see us do a show on, feel free to drop us a line. We're always looking to help people out. We have a lot of interesting shows lined up in the next coming weeks, and hopefully, before you guys leave, hit that like button and subscribe, and that's what makes all this possible. Also, catch us on Facebook, Jstfish Outdoors. We do shows there as well. So anyway, until next week, like I said, folks, this show comes on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Jstfish Outdoors Network here, and on YouTube. So, come on in and join us every week. If you'd like for us to put a show together on a specific topic, don't worry, just drop us a line and we'll try to put something together for you. So anyway, in the meantime, this is Dale York for Jstfish Outdoors saying, we'll catch you later.